Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino, back for my post-market wrap-up on this literally over-the-top lovely day. We're going to discuss why this was over-the-top lovely, and that's really the truth here. Tuesday, May 8th, 2018. So let's see. I don't know another way to put this. Today's stock market and bond market action was foretold to every single one of you to the letter yesterday. I explained to you exactly how this market would respond to whatever news was going to come out of President Trump's mouth. I explained to you how they were going to prop up the market, how the stock market would respond to that. It's incredible. And the only reason why I am able to do this is because I understand the rigging, the absolute, again, off the freaking Richter scale rigging that is this. I don't even want to call it a market because it's not a market. So let's just go over some of this real quick. It was no surprise what came out of President Trump's mouth today. And again, just like I said would happen yesterday in the last video I did, they were going to start to leak out bits of information. It's exactly what happened. This morning, that leaking got even worse to prepare the market. That's all they care about. That's all President Trump cares about is this stock market right now. I don't care about, he doesn't care about anything else. It's the stock market he needs propped up to keep the illusion real. You know that. So it was just, you sit here, I laughed all day. Before the announcement, after the announcement. So in the video that I did earlier, I explained to you how the market was kind of waiting for what would come out of his mouth, despite the fact that it already knew what was going to come out of his mouth. Stocks were under a little bit of pressure at that time, kind of remained that way right up until we got the announcement that he was, in fact, pulling out of the Iran deal, blah, blah, blah. The initial knee-jerk reaction, and I just love this, really. Stocks did gain a little bit. The high of the day was somewhere around 50 points. And then after the market started thinking about it, boom, down goes stocks. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down almost 160 points at one point. And then, exactly like I said would happen, and I took a snapshot of it and I posted it all over my social networks. What happened? They got in there and started buying those freaking bonds, propping up that bond market, suppressing rates, and then what happened? Cash went back into the stock market. Let's see, who said that would happen yesterday? Oh yeah, that was me. And stocks finished at the flat line. People, it's very, very, very sad to be here in this market at this time because it's not real. There's nothing here that is real. The management of this market is frankly unbelievable. And that's how we, and I know you got it as well if you follow this blog, you knew exactly what was going to happen. And not only that, you knew when exactly it was going to happen. Let me just say this real quick. You see this right here? I just have to talk about this real quick. So we heard from the San Francisco Fed. It took them this long to figure it out, believe it or not. This just shows you how behind the curve these members of these institutions are, these big lofty people. It took them until now to make a public announcement that it was in fact the introduction of Bitcoin futures, which caused Bitcoin to fall from 20,000 to, it dropped to like 6,000. Well, this guy you're looking at told you about that before the Bitcoin started trading on these exchanges. So that just goes to show you that these people, again, in these big lofty marble buildings are sub-morons because it took them this long to figure it out. I mean, really, are you kidding me? This is the people that are running everything? Imbeciles that are, frankly, you know what? I'm speechless. You fill in the blanks here. It's unbelievable. So that's the story here. I just had to throw that in here. And only because, again, I got ridiculed on every single website that I saw that mentioned my name, Greg Mannarino is saying that Bitcoin is going to sell off once the futures exchange. No, Bitcoin is going to eat Wall Street's lunch. I laughed at every single one of these people, and I'm not proud to have a central bank here back up what I said, but maybe I am just a little bit. When you take heat like that, and you sit in this seat like I am, and once in a while you get to say, no. Well, it's funny, but it's the truth at the same time here. So again, we witnessed off-the-scale rigging of the market today. It's absolutely fake. No surprise to any of you that follow this blog. You knew what was going to happen before it did. And I'm happy to say that. I did not trade a darn thing today, despite how I knew the market was going to react. I sat back and I watched this entire thing. Tomorrow is going to be even more interesting. Why is tomorrow going to be more interesting than today? I'll tell you why. Because overnight, we're going to hear more reactions from this country and this person and this idiot and this submoron. We're going to hear a whole bunch of this come out. The market's going to digest it. And tomorrow, we're going to see more of how this is going to react. But I can promise you, we're going to see the same types of things. If stocks start to sell off, we're going to get bonds being propped up. It's not real. Trade the fakery. That's all I have to say. Trade the fakery. And that's the reason why, like I said earlier, I don't care. I didn't care at all about what's going on with this Iran deal, secret deals, backdoor deals, signed deals, non-signed deals. Doesn't matter to me. I have no power over it. I have no say-so whatsoever, and neither do you. So what we do is we make sure we don't get fleeced, and we weaponize this freaking market against these monsters. I don't know another way to put it, that are faking everything. All right, before I go deeper off the deep end, I'm going to let you all go. We will reconvene in the morning right here. See you then.